So can silver hit $14 an ounce once again? Well, according to this viewer on my channel, not only can it hit $14 an ounce once again, but he is predicting that it will by summer of 2024. Now, I do not have his crystal ball. I certainly wish I did because I'd be a millionaire. That being said, it definitely can, guys. Absolutely, silver can hit $14 an ounce once again. In fact, I want to remind you, especially for the new stackers that have only been doing this since after the silver squeeze, that silver was trading in the 14s as recently as 2019. And I am not talking about the COVID-19 drop-off. I'm talking about everyday average trading at $14 an ounce happened just as recently as 2019, as you can see in the screenshot right here. So yes, absolutely, it can hit $14 an ounce once again. But what I want to talk to you about today is why that may not be a bad thing and how we are actually trending down. We are seeing silver not only pull back, but we are seeing the premiums pull back as well. So if you are a stacker, if you are a person that's wanting to add more silver to your stack, times are good and getting better. I'm going to show you why that is, so let's get into it. But before we do me a favor, don't forget to help us grow the channel by making sure you are subscribed. So look, the spot prices and premiums of silver have been dropping in quite a bit recently. I want to show you what I mean so we can take an idea from that to see where we're going to go from here. Now, I know charts are boring, but do me a favor and stick with me through this part. It'll be really quick, and I just want to show you what I'm talking about. Every time I do a premium update video, I update this chart. So each one of these data points are a different video that I did. And if you look back in May, we had our peak of premiums, hard premiums over spot for Silver Eagles. And in the last 15 months, going back to June 2nd of 2022, we actually hit our lowest point at $7.21 an ounce on the September 18th video. And I'll tell you right now, I will do a video later this month, but these numbers are lower today than they even were when I did this update. And that resonates over in percentage of spot over premium, or a percentage of premium over spot. In other words, if it's 31% would make it 26 and change. You get the idea. So yes, the premiums have been dropping. The spot price has been dropping. And if you look at this, it actually correlates with generic rounds as well. Rounds had its lowest point in 15 months, September 18th of 2023. Both on a percentage of premium and hard premium over spot. Now, the reason that chart is important is because it shows you that we are seeing a downward trend recently in the premiums, but it's not just the premiums, it's the spot prices as well. Because if you look at the spot prices, just look at this last month spot price chart, you can see that we have been on a downward slope. Obviously, there's its little peaks and valleys, but overall, I mean, we're going back 23.96 September 4th, and today 21.44. And in fact, today, as I'm recording this video, spot prices are down 87 cents, almost another 4%. That's on top of the drop that we saw last week. We are absolutely seeing silver slide. In fact, look at September 22nd at 23.55 versus today at 21.44. We've lost almost $2 an ounce in just a couple of weeks. And in fact, if you look at this on a 6-month chart, you can see silver is at its 6-month low. So same thing. We have our peaks, we have our valleys, we have our peaks, we have our valleys, we have our peaks, we have our valleys, we have our peaks, and we have our very deep valleys right here. Now look, I know today's video is about this being a good thing, but I will just take a second to say that I do understand that there are people out there that are hurting right now and would rather silver go up so they can sell. The cost of everything is going up, housing is going up, energy prices are going up, food prices are going up, and it's becoming harder for a lot of families to put food on the table and keep all the bills paid. So I totally get that for some people, it would be nice for silver to go up. But if you're on the other side of the fence where you're wanting to increase your stack, this is a really good thing. This allows for people to lower their dollar cost average. This allows for people to stack more silver for the same exact money. So let me show you by giving you a real world example of what we're talking about. To do that, let's imagine that you had $500 to spend on silver. And we're going to go back to May 8th when the premiums on 1 ounce silver rounds were 19.02% and spot was 25.80. So at spot 25.80 with 19.2% premium, your $500 would have gotten you 16 ounces of silver. Now let's fast forward to September 18th. Spot price was down at 23.25 and the premiums were down to 14.92. That same time, you could have got 18 1-ounce silver rounds, and actually you would have had quite a bit of change left, because in May it would have been 16.28 ounces. In September it would have been 18.71 ounces. So it was almost 2.5 ounces more of silver that you could have gotten in September instead of May. In other words, for the same money, you were able to stack more silver. Now let's fast forward to what our viewer believes is summer of 2024, and the silver prices dropped all the way down to $14 an ounce. The premiums have remained the same at 14.92% over spot. In that instance, you would be able to buy 31 1-ounce silver rounds for the same exact $500 that would have bought you 18.71 September 18th or 16.28 in May. That is a significant amount of more silver. And that's with, by the way, at 14.92% of silver or 14, that is still a premium of just over $2 an ounce over spot. And you are now buying 31 1-ounce silver rounds instead of 16 or 18. So for those that are wanting to stack more silver, silver dropping to 14 is not a bad thing. But let's say you're a silver eagle stacker. Let's do it for eagles. $500. May 8th, the premium percentage over spot was 72.12%. In May 8th, you could have gotten, on average, just 11 1-ounce silver eagles for your $500. Now, if we fast forward to September 18th, that 11 increases and actually becomes 16. So you actually end up with 16 1-ounce silver eagles for the same money going from May 8th to September 18th. And the reason is not only that spot price come down a little bit, but the premiums went from 72.12% to 31%. So you get 5 more ounces of silver eagles, actually a little bit more than 5 more, 11.26 to 16.42 by waiting from May 8th till September 18th. Now let's fast forward down to $14 an ounce. Let's say the premiums remain at 31%, which means an average of $4.34 an ounce over spot. Keep in mind the premiums might drop as well. Take a look at what we'd be able to buy in that situation. 27 1-ounce silver eagles. So May 8th, 11 silver eagles. September 18th, 16 silver eagles. And then if we drop to $14 an ounce with the same percentage premium, 27 silver eagles. That is 16 more silver eagles from May 8th at what it was down to $14 an ounce with the lower premiums. That is a huge difference. That is more than double the amount of silver that you could have gotten if you would have bought them in May. And that is what I'm talking about. It may not be a bad thing, at least for the majority of stackers, if silver really did get back down to 14, especially for the people that started stacking post silver squeeze, because you would be able to lower your cost average way down. Anyone who started stacking after the silver squeeze has a decently high cost average right now, but if it got down to there, you could really start to lower that. And that is something that if I were in your position, I would do. I'm not telling you what you should do. I am telling you what I would do if I were you. A little bit different there, but again, this is not financial advice, guys. You just take this with a grain of salt. I'm just showing you the numbers and giving you what I think about whenever I think about things like this, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you did, do me a favor, don't forget to subscribe. Help us continue to grow this channel so we can keep educating more people about silver like this. Otherwise, take a look at this video above. That's that video on September 18th where I actually tracked silver premiums from different retailers. If you haven't seen that yet, it's a great video, and that's what you should do right now is go watch that. We will see you next time, and thank you so much for watching.